Hi, Lou Manfredini, Ace's Home Expert. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a grab bar in your tub shower area. Installing a grab bar can be a terrific way to bring more stability and comfort when you're inside of your tub shower area. And today I'm going to install one where we're actually going to drill through the tile and into the framing that's under the tile. Now that's important when you're actually installing a grab bar that you want to be able to count on, is you need to hit the framing underneath there. So I'm going to be using a stud finder, but this particular one is what they call a deep scan unit. Now there's many different manufacturers that offer this, and the idea is that it really does penetrate thicker materials. Now typically with a tile wall like this, you've got the tile, there's usually some type of backer board, and then maybe drywall, and then the framing or studs underneath there. So we're going to use this to try and locate the first one, because after that we're going to use a specialty drill bit like this that is designed to drill through the tile so that you don't damage it. This is the line of tile that I'm going to use the stud finder on. And I'm going to place it on there, and I'm going to push the button and hold it, and you can see it's already scanning. Now the thing is, we need to find where that framing is, and so I'm going to slowly move to the right, or I'm going to slowly move to the left. Now, it's given me a mark, right? And that should be the center of the stud. Now for the sake of this example, I'm using a red marker so the camera can see it. The grab bar that I'm using is 36 inches long, and so there's a little bit of give here. You can see where the holes are for it and where this is going to end up here. And you know, side to side, you can move it any way, but remember that we know that there's a stud here and we know that there's a stud here, and we're going to kind of mark over at this other end to see that we can grab a stud even just with one screw. The other thing that you want to pay attention to is making sure that this is level. Now level is a funny thing, right? You could put a level on here, but what your eye is going to look at is the relationship between this handle and this grout line. So one of the things you can do is kind of set it up here and hold it in place temporarily, and then take your tape measure and measure from the top here to the grout line and say, okay, that's an inch. And then if I want to go here and go an inch, that's going to be your mark, and you hold it there, right, temporarily. And again, I'm using this for the camera's sake. You could use a pencil, but I'm going to make a mark there and a mark here, knowing that that's where I'm going to set my bar when I go to drill the holes. I'm going to take my tape measure again off that original mark, and again with 16 inch on center, 32 is here, which means I'm probably not going to hit something over here, and you may have to use a different type of anchor in order to secure that. I'm going to place my grab bar on those marks, okay, and then I'm going to give it a look with my eye to see how it is, and then I'm going to go ahead and mark one hole here, one hole here, one hole here, and one hole here. And just to double check, I'm going to see if in fact, you know, sometimes the framing, depending on where it starts, we may get lucky that there's something over here. Look at that. So that one's going to hit some of the framing, which is perfect. Depending on the way the layout could have started here, the layout could have started there, and that's why there's something there. There's the specialty bit on the end of the cordless drill. I'm going to line up that bit right on that hole and start drilling. The idea behind this bit is to just drill through the tile. You don't want to sink it all the way through into the framing, because you'll tear that up. We just want to make sure that we're not breaking the tile when we add the fastener. So I'm going to go over here. Ceramic tile with a bit like this is actually pretty soft. And you'll kind of feel it once the powder will stop coming out as you've gone all the way through. Now I'm going to go ahead and change the bit to a Phillips head bit on the end. This is a 2-speed drill. For driving screw bits in there, I'm going to turn it to the 1 speed, which is more torque, less speed. And this one has a clutch, which means I can not over tighten the screw. So I'm just going to set it to 12 as a starting point. This grab bar gives you really nice long stainless steel screws to mount it. So we're going to go ahead and give this a shot and line this up. I'm going to place that first screw through the tile. And you don't want to overdo it right now. You just want to get this and hold it in place and see if this in fact is going to bite into a stud. And it did. Let's come over to the other side. That hit too. You'll see that that's a little bit off. So let's just double check to make sure that this is all in place. I'm going to actually loosen this screw a little bit. And drop that down a little bit. Now when I look at it, it looks like it's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put this other one in. And then tighten this one. And one last screw over here. That is a solid bar. Now these escutcheons, the holes are not completely round. They're kind of oblong because of the bend in the grab bar. So you want to just rotate it until they fit, and then they clip on. There you have it. Coming up next, my video on how to install a shower hose.